Hey everyone, and welcome to our VOR podcast. My name is Brenna. This is my mom, Casey,
Hi,
and
everyone.
we have Miss, if you'd like to introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Roslyn from Chicago.
Yes, we have her as a guest speaker today. So we'll get to ask her a few questions and just talk about things, how VOR changed her life, and also just who she is and why she even crossed paths with VOR in the first place. So
Okay,
yeah,
great.
let's get started.
So, Miss Roslyn, it's good to see you as always. I
Thanks.
always enjoy seeing you in DC. You're such a wonderful advocate. And so I'll start asking you the questions.
Okay.
First thing I would like you to share with us, can you tell us what brought you to VOR?
Okay. So, we have a 38-year-old son with severe autism. And what I was finding in our area, lots of support groups, but they weren't really addressing uh, people like my son with more severe needs. And I don't remember exactly how I first heard of VOR, but when I read about it and people were saying that my son, my daughter, my sister, whatever, has pretty high needs, it just really seemed to fit what I was looking for.
Yes, ma'am.
Awesome.
Yes. How did you first get involved with the advocacy? What drew you to being such a great advocate that you are?
Well, it took a while because I felt when Teddy, my son, was first getting special services, it was just such a new world for us. It was very different back then when he was 3 years old, so say 35 years ago. And in some ways it's better, in some ways it's much worse. But partly I got decided to be an advocate partly out of frustration, frankly. But I feel like we've been very lucky with the services we do have for him. But I talked to a lot of other people in our area, and it's really, really hard. They're really having a hard time, especially with people like my son that has behavior needs. He's got medical issues. He's just got a lot of needs, and it's very hard to get them met. It's very hard to find services, almost impossible now. I think it's gotten worse. So I feel very strongly that they deserve what everyone else deserves, a good place to live, um, good programs to be in, good medical care. And it's an uphill battle, but like someone said, if you don't try, then you know it's not going to work. So we got to keep trying.
I feel like that's totally the reason why we
Absolutely.
Mhm.
joined too. It's just we want to be the voice for my sister and for others that are like her. So I can totally relate to that one.
And my son cannot speak for himself. He is, I guess, he's verbal, sort of. I mean, he's very limited in his vocabulary. I mean, he'll say, "I want some M&Ms." I mean, that's the kind of thing he says. He says wants. I mean, he doesn't really know, as far as we can tell. So we have to be his voice.
So
Absolutely.
true. That's the same thing with my sister.
Mhm.
Yes. So that was my next question. Tell us about Teddy and some highs and lows in you guys' life.
We knew there was something wrong when he was about 3 years old. He wasn't talking. And like I said, back there, it was so different. It was sort of like, well, wait and see. And you're talking for him and don't keep talking for him, all sorts of things. But as a mother, you just know. And I've talked to a lot of other mothers, and they just know something was not right. And we had a daughter that was 2 years older that was talking
Mhm.
and meeting her milestones. So we knew what it was like. And so eventually he was at a special ed program and he did fairly well. But he started to have a lot of behavior issues the older he was getting. And it was very difficult. And didn't we didn't know how to handle it. And so we did end up, this is going very quickly through the years, ended up putting him in a program where he could get more intense help. And he's basically been in programs ever since he was a teenager.
Will you
And
share
now,
with us what setting he's in now?
well, he's in a group home in Springfield, Illinois. We're in Chicago. Springfield's about 3 hours south of us, and it's a good program. And the thing I like about it, and it's not perfect by any means, but the staff is wonderful, and they know him real well. They've been there a long time, and I feel that's the strength, is they know him very well. But I do feel strongly that whatever works for someone is what they should get. I think certain settings might not work for him, or this setting might not work for other people. So I do have strong feelings that it's, there's a wide variety of options that people should have. It just so happens this has worked for us at this time.
Yes,
So
ma'am. That's the one thing I love about VOR is
mm.
it's not one size fits all, and we definitely advocate for that, that not everyone can be in a group home, not everyone can be in ICF, and not everybody can be in home.
And I think it
So,
just depends on the situation, the way the program's set up. And it's now Teddy, it's been a rough year because he has had some medical issues now that he didn't have before. So may be at some point the group home will not work for him just because of the medical issues. And so we'll have to see. We're still trying to find answers. So I think, just like us as, I guess, normal people. I mean, some of us buy houses, some of us live in apartments, some of us, young people live with their parents. I mean, they have every option available to them. And so I think they should too. But this is working for them. And we do love the staff. So I can't say enough about them, really.
that is wonderful.
That's awesome.
There's not enough of them, and they don't get paid what they should, but as
Right.
we all know. So,
Oh, yes.
and that's all part of my advocacy.
Hmm.
Most definitely. What kind of activities uh does Teddy get into during his daily?
Well, he goes to a day program, and they have activities. So at the program, they try to get him engaged. He's a little hard to engage, but he does his certain things he likes, and they do take them on outings. And he can be difficult on an outing because what Teddy likes to do, if he sees someone with a drink in their hand and that looks good, he may just help himself. So it's a challenge for sure. But
Like Katie.
they do we have not been able to break him of this, but when we go to the doctor's office, I hear them say, Teddy's coming, and they all hold on to their drinks. So they know
That's
him really
funny.
well. But it's a little difficult. So, but they try. So he does have a program, and at the home that he's supposed to help clean up, things that people are supposed to do to help take care of their home. It's and he can be a tough customer, but he will do it. And they have found ways to get him engaged. But he does have a full program, I would say.
That's wonderful.
Right,
I
Sounds
love
very similar to Katie.
that's
I
exactly.
right.
mean, you're definitely speaking it. She is very hard to engage with, and she will help herself just like that. So,
Yeah,
but they
it
make
makes
it work.
it makes it so hard to take him anywhere because
Oh,
well, it's
I
people don't always appreciate this. And once we were walking, and I mean, we laugh about it now, but there was a car open, and he just got in the car and helped himself to a drink. And oh my gosh, someone comes out and sees this, and we actually ran away as fast as we could.
not looking back.
That's
Oh
funny.
no, no, no.
I love it. So, what is something that brought you guys a lot of joy, having Teddy?
Well, he's funny. I mean, we love him dearly. I mean, we can't help it. And even some of the stuff that drives us crazy, it's just part of who he is, really. Um, it's hard to say into words. To us, he's very lovable. He's very cute, we think. I mean, he's like a little kid in this big body. So he's very innocent, I think. And it's hard to know. I can't know what he's thinking, but he's just very endearing, we think.
Yes, he reminds me so much of Katie whenever you're talking.
Probably,
It just
yeah,
like gives me so
yeah,
much, just I guess, deja vu.
right.
So, what advice or encouragement would you give new advocates?
Well, I'd certainly say try and get involved with the group because I feel like I need that encouragement because sometimes it feels rather hopeless. And I feel I've talked to a lot of legislators and they're all very nice, but I sometimes feel it's just not a priority for them. And one thing I found also is, let people know about your loved one because they don't necessarily know. I mean, this is so much part of our lives that I forget that not everyone knows that there's people out there like Teddy.
Right.
Um,
Mhm.
and sometimes I've even had them say, they go, "Oh, I've just never heard of this." So I think it's really important to be out there. And I know they say take your child or loved one to the legislators. We can't really do that, but we show pictures, that sort of thing. We did this in Washington, and we had some videos. So I hopefully that will help. And you just have to really speak out, even when it feels it's hopeless. And I think especially now where things are so much, it feels like everything's in chaos a little bit. And I don't think one political party is better than the other, frankly. I think they all need to be educated and to find other people that are going through the same thing. I find that really helpful
Absolutely. I
because they're
think
the only ones that understand.
that is exactly right. And them seeing it firsthand, like visiting places like
Mm.
Pinecrest, actually going to their
Right.
homes and seeing
Yes.
them, since they aren't able to go to
Mm.
advocate for themselves, go and let them see their environment and how their lives work. And I
Absolutely.
think they would appreciate it a lot more.
Right. And
So,
there have been Illinois legislators that have done that. I know they've been to Murray Home in Southern Illinois and they've been pretty impressed. And I talked to a reporter. There's um, a newspaper called Illinois Times in Springfield, Illinois, the capital. And it's a very small newspaper. And I'm trying to get them to come out and meet Teddy. And I told them about him, keep your drink, hold it tight. But so I'm hoping to do more of that. We'll see.
yes, ma'am.
That's
So,
awesome.
our last question, what are your hopes or goals for the future of Teddy and for the disability community in a whole? What are your
Well, I just want them to be accepted. I want them, people to accept that this is part of the human experience, really. There's always been handicapped people. All of us could end up in a position where we need someone to take care of them. And so I want people to be aware of that and just accept it. I want more services for all of them. I want people to have choices. And one thing with my husband and me, because we're in our 70s, we're old, we're worried. And so we do worry what's going to happen to him in the future. So that's a little scary to us. So hoping he can continue to get good care, stay in good health, and just hope for the best, really.
Yes, ma'am. Well, we appreciate you so much sharing your story and your time, Miss Roslyn. Is there anything else you would like to share?
I think that's it. And just that I've enjoyed talking to you. And I met Brenna for the first time. I've seen you, but I haven't met you before. So it's
Yes, it's
great to
nice to
see
meet
you.
you, Miss Roslyn.
Yes.
Okay, so see you soon.
It was awesome to hear your story as well.
Thank you.
It sounds so similar to ours, and it really does feel good to know that just not alone. We're
Right,
together.
absolutely.
Yes,
Yes,
that
ma'am.
is the key point. We are not alone and we are here for each other, and just like I know, Miss Rosalind, if I have ever in a depression, I can call you and I know
That's right,
you are gonna
absolutely.
lift me up and vice versa. So I just feel so great about being part of VOR because we've grown into a family
We
and
have.
it's fantastic.
And come to Chicago.
I will, but I'm not gonna
Not,
walk
not in
the
the winter.
7 miles like you do in DC.
Yeah.
But
Okay, great
yes.
seeing you.
Yes,
Yes.
ma'am. Have
Thank
a great
you.
evening.
Bye,
Bye-bye.
Thank
everyone.
you. Bye bye.
Bye.